Yo, what's up guys? The SC400 is back in the garage. It's back on the channel. It hasn't gone anywhere and it's getting a little love today. I'm actually gonna go over one of the things that you really need to take care of if you got either an SC300 or an SC400. Stop any possible problems from happening like happened on this car. So I bought this car a couple years ago. It had high mileage. It was just a mess. Exterior was a mess. We painted the front end, cleaned everything up, added this nice little lip right here, put some wheels on it. We got on Max Peter Rods coilovers, painted like some of the top and stuff like that. We need to repaint the back. Pretty much the only part that's finished is the front. We need to go back here and paint that. But what happened, honestly, like a year ago, and I just haven't got around to fixing it, was I never did the timing belt on this. I bought it. The guy said, you know, the timing belt was done either 20 to 50,000 miles ago. No paperwork, and he bought it from somebody that told him that. So, you know, it's he said, here's the car, now you deal with it. So I knew we always had to do that, but I was just putting this thing around back and forth. And one day I was driving it and it shut down on me. And I couldn't get it back to start. And it honestly didn't even throw a code because it was driving and it shut down. It took me a while. I was diagnosing it, you know, I go through all the things, spark, air, all that stuff. Well, what ended up happening, and if you can see, as this timing belt actually jumped a tooth and it's actually off right there. I don't know how well you can see that, but see how we are off one tooth here. We've got this lined up over here, perfect. We've got the bottom lined up down here. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's all good. I ended up being able to get it to start because this is the cam position sensor. So what I did was I tested all the cam position sensors to make sure that they were within spec, and they spec'd out. But so then I started disconnecting them one at a time. Even did the crank angle position sensor because I was like, all right, we have fuel, we have spark, we have air. The only thing is these things need to be in time to start it. I ended up getting it to throw a code, and I ended up getting it to start it, and I'll tell you right now. So once we unplugged the cam position sensor for this cam right here, this sensor, it was able to start and run because it didn't know that this one was off. Now it ran terribly and would backfire, had no power. So if you have a problem with your SC, this can go for the 300 or the 400, obviously. Obviously, we have the 400 here. This is the 1UZ engine. Once I unplugged it and got it started and it was running terribly, it's pretty much telling you that you need to be fixing your car right now. And we can get it to throw the code for the cam position sensor. And I thought maybe, okay, maybe this cam position sensor is bad. So we changed it, but still doing the same thing. It tested good. We tried it with a new good one, still doing the same thing. The timing belt must have jumped. Obviously, somebody's been in here before. This is not an OEM timing belt, and I've got the tensioner off of here, but it had a ton of slack. I don't know if the belt was just wore out or the tensioner or whatever. But timing belt service on really any car that has a timing belt, but on your SC300 and SC400 is really important. This is the kit I'm gonna be using right here, the parts washer. We're cleaning up some of the parts here, just getting all this grease and oil. I'll show you some of the parts. We've got some front main seal and then camshaft seals. This is an ASIN timing belt kit. If you don't know, ASIN is like a parts supplier for Toyota and other cars as well. But I usually will choose like an ASIN brand, especially if I'm working on like Toyota or Lexus. Then this is a complete kit. We got a new thermostat as well too. So we're doing the new water pump. We got the new bearings here for our idler pulley on there, for the tensioner, our tensioner for on the 1UZ, 2UZ engines, another pulley bearing here, and then our ASIN timing belt. And then it also comes with this little thing, so you can put it on there and you can remember. Obviously, there is no timing belt sticker on this. There's no telling when the last time this thing had a timing belt put on it. So just something to remember if you're getting yourself into one of these older Lexus SC300 and SC400. The SC300 has a timing belt as well too, and it needs to get done. They're really not that bad to do. And I'm gonna show you, now on the SC400, it has a hydraulic fan, and the hydraulic fan has a pump that goes right here. And there was a solenoid that was starting to leak, and I don't know if you can see it on here, but this is just another thing to look out for if you're buying an SC400 is these solenoids go bad on the pump. I'm gonna show you here in just a second. And it starts oozing out all this epoxy or on the clutch on your AC compressor. That's what all this black, shiny black stuff is right here. And when I bought this car, the AC compressor was bad on, or at least the clutch was bad on the AC compressor that was on here. So we switched it out, and now that's what ruined the other AC compressor. Was we got a project over here. We're doing a little side hustle of powder coating some valve covers here. We got a Honda K-Series. I do a lot of K-Series valve covers. If you need valve covers powder coated, hit me up. I just sent out a really cool B-Series one. I'm not gonna do anything on this one because I think it's perfect as is. But so this solenoid right here, you can see it, is like leaking out a ton of like this epoxy stuff. And every time you start and drive the car, it warms this up and it just oozes out. Now, this is a Toyota only part. Nobody makes an aftermarket part for this hydraulic fan pump. Look how much all the seals are leaking. This one has like 325,000 miles on it. This car has 321,000 miles. So I'm actually, and I don't really care for this design because it's just another hydraulic pump for it to make a mess, for this to happen, these hoses to go bad, clean it up. Here's what it looks like right here, is what your hydraulic pump fan does. Now it works really well, keeps the engine cool. Now if you know anything about the 1UZ engine, the LS400 has a 1UZ as well, but it doesn't use this hydraulic pump, and Toyota went away from it. So it was a cool design, but I feel like it's more hassle than it's worth. And I'm definitely not gonna shell out whatever Toyota wants for that pump. What we're gonna do is we're gonna head over to the junkyard and we're going to get an LS400 clutch fan, or even a GS400 has the 1UZ BBTI, and it runs dual fans. GS400 BBTI runs dual electric fans. LS400 runs clutch fan. So we're gonna do one of those things. I'm not exactly sure. We're gonna upgrade our SC400's cooling system, and hopefully it keeps us cool. Now I'm here in Florida. Florida's hotter. So we'll be keeping an eye on that, find out what the best, most cost-efficient way to make sure that we're cooling our radiator, keeping our car cool. So just something to think about if you're getting an SC400. SC300s come with the clutch fan. You don't have to worry about that as much. It just already has a clutch fan. Make sure your clutch fan's good. It can end up ruining your AC compressor, so keep that in mind. If you're looking at one, telltale signs is like shiny. You see these like shiny little racing stripes. That was starting to do this on this compressor. So we stopped driving it. And to get to that pump, or like clutch fan bearing is what it's called on the LS400, or that hydraulic pump mount SC400, you have to take all this stuff apart. You have to get this far to get that pump out, to get that hydraulic fan out. So if you do your timing belt, it's a great time to, if you're gonna delete that fan, delete it now. Or if you're gonna delete it, maybe go ahead and just think about doing the whole timing belt system while you're in there on getting that done. That's just a couple little things I wanted to touch on, let you guys know that the SC400 is back in the garage. It's looking good. We're gonna work on it some more now that I sold the 300ZX. On our SC400 here, just some things you can look out for when you're going to buy one. I know someone is asking me like, pros and cons of having an SC400 ownership. I would say this car has been great and amazing. Obviously there's some interior things, but this isn't coming up on a 30-year-old car, so perfect interior is probably, you know, especially because of this leather, if it wasn't taken care of, that's what happens. That seat over there is actually in great condition, and that seat I think is older or just the same age as this one. That car that came out of was beautiful, had no miles on it. This is the original seat for this car. Well, it's in pretty good condition compared to what's out there. It leaves something to be desired. I did pick up, I was able to score an aftermarket seat bracket from Planted, whatever that company is, they make seat brackets. We have one for our SC400. We'll be putting an aftermarket seat in this thing as soon as I get it back up and running and we get the timing belt system done. So if you're planning on getting an SC400, SC300, make sure you got your timing belt service. Either you're going to tackle that when you get the car, or you have paperwork and time, date when it was done, so you can know, peace of mind. And then SC400 guys, that hydraulic fan, keep an eye out for that pump and that solenoid going bad and leaking. I don't know how often they do, but my experience with my car is ours is bad, and I'm just gonna go ahead and upgrade that whole system and clean that up, and we'll go through it. I'll keep you updated on that for sure. Just a quick little video saying what's up. SC400 is back here, back on the channel. We'll probably be seeing some more of that. We're definitely gonna be seeing some more junkyard content, so hopefully you're enjoying that stuff. See you guys on the next one. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about the Lexus SC400, SC300. You probably either have one or you're going to buy one. And I absolutely love this car. Probably one of the best JDM 90s cars that I've ever owned. I've owned 240s, Civics, CR-V, 300ZX, Miata, all that stuff. This is by far like the best one. So I'll see you guys on the next time. If you want to see more of this stuff, subscribe, comment, like, let me know you're watching the video, because that's what makes me make this content. See you guys very, very soon. Peace.